Okay, I want to see what works better, using Google Chrome or using Firefox, because they both have different features. So I'm on Firefox right now. I already see I'm stuttering a bit. This will help. Close this window. Let's have to start that. Okay. I've had a chance to learn a little bit more about what's going on. And what I'm losing and what I'm not losing, and if that all turns out right, then if the February 20th hits and I'm no longer considered a partner because there's no way I'm reaching another 900 subscribers in a month, it's possible something could happen and my view count gets to 400 in 12 months. But oh, there's a Lego left here. But I am not really counting on getting 900 subscribers in the next, let's see, today's the 20th, in the next month. Let's see here. But here's something interesting I have learned. And I'm on the wrong tab on over here. So just here. No, forget. What's going on? That's for screen share. It's not screen share. Screen share. Make sure present to everyone. So what we got here is channels currently need to be in the program in order to access features. And so I've asked, so this is on support.google.com/YouTube/answer/72851. It's a customized page based on my account. I don't really use that email for much of anything. So, you do not currently be features not affected by YPP eligibility requirements. You do not currently need to be in the YPP to use the following features. Cards. All creators can use cards. Over linking to external websites from cards, like my website, is a feature currently only available to members. But this is the part that's important here. When eligibility requirements are updated, channels that currently have access to these features will continue to have access even if they're no longer on the program. You'll be building out new eligibility criteria for this external linking feature. So at least currently, I will still be able to link to my website if need be. But I wonder what these other eligibility criteria are going to be. Linking to that, linking to Patreon, linking to some article that I may mention or some website I may mention, especially when I'm doing the convention coverage. The question of I want to be able to link to somebody's website, will I still be able to do that? Whatever these new requirements are. So that's better, but it means I might still not be able to do that, depending on what the features are. You don't need to be to use Creator Studio, which is good. Custom URLs. You don't need to be part of YPP to claim a custom URL. There are other requirements you must reach. I'll have to look into that and see what that is. So, so I may not lose the channel URL. That'd be nice. I'm starting to wish I had called it BW Media Spotlight instead of Shadow Electronics, but this isn't just a BW-related channel. There's other stuff that I'd be doing on there. Plus, it's how I keep track of all the videos that I like that I want to watch again. And we'll have all the playlists, which you guys can all check out too on the channel page. Custom thumbnails. You don't need to be part to use custom thumbnails. You just need to verify. I'm already verified as far as I know. If not, I'm going to double check that. End screen. This is one of the other things I was worried about. All end creators can use end screens. However, linking to external websites from end screens is a feature only available to members. Again, when requirements are updated, channels that currently have access to these features will continue to have, because they're building new eligibility criteria. I can use live streaming, but nobody ever shows up for the live streams anyway, and I can't, and I don't have the resources because Vista is not being supported by almost everybody right now. You don't need to stream in order to, or finding the resources to be able to stream, and then my computer's old, so it's tough to stream, so streaming is not a concern right now. I can schedule uploads, I never do. I can use analytics. Features affected by the requirements. I will lose Super Chat. Again, nobody shows up for my stream, so that doesn't matter. And sponsorships, which I didn't even know was a thing. Monetization status is not used to videos, so that's not going to ruin that, because I had one of my friends actually find my Challenge the GoBots review because I was talking about, because he was looking for GoBot videos. So here you go. If partnership is suspended, you're not eligible for monetization. Now this came up in the email too, and this is where I got a little confused. Your channel will lose all access to monetization tools and features. That's the part that was, unlike that, no. And features. That's associated with the YouTube Partner Program. This is the part that worried me. Why are you still okay? And so I can keep uploading content and building your audience. So apparently I'm not going to lose those features. But back. Okay, I hit the stop broadcast by mistake. This is unlisted, and I'm just going to merge the two videos together in the Creator Studio video editing feature, which apparently I also have access to. But one thing that's not saying in there, and I would like to know about that. I also like to know why the video on my end here is all stuttery. But I would also like to know, what about copyright strike? Because with video reviews, obviously I can fight demonetization, but what happens if somebody wants to, instead of just making a copyright claim and try to take the money for all my hard editing work and writing and recording and everything else? What happens to when I try to, if I get a copyright strike, am I still going to be able to fight that? So that's one thing I would still really like to know. But if I'm not losing the end cards, if I'm not at least currently losing the ability to link to my website or to some other article that I'm using as a reference or source, if I'm still able to link to websites of people whose work I'm discussing, although really the only website you're allowed to connect to are your own, and if I can still connect to the Patreon, which oddly I'm still updating, even though I said I wasn't going to, until I got some supporters there. And I'm still going to be able to do all that, then I can probably still go ahead and create videos. The other thing that I want to bring up is I've learned a little bit more about, they haven't actually come out and said why. They're saying, well, because of bad actors, which don't know what that means. Somebody else was talking about her on Twitter that they were talking about bad actors. As far as anybody, it seemed like anybody who was supporting Trump was considered part of the supposed Russian conspiracy, which is strange because Russia usually got a lot better with Democrats than Republicans in the past. I don't know. But the political world is a whole other discussion. I just want to talk about stories that we can all enjoy, Republican or Democrat, conservative or liberal. This is supposed to be a safe place from the political rhetoric and nonsense that's taking over the rest of the world. Anyway, apparently the whole Logan Paul incident was what we're all blaming because that's the one that hit the news, and of course, the news loves to take any new media source and tackle it. I mean, go back to when I was talking about seduction of the innocent, my God. And look at Jack Thompson and Hillary Clinton and Joe Lieberman. They were all coming out against video games, and Kipper Gore was coming out against rock music. Although, frankly, all they wanted was an explicit lyric warning label, then that's fine. It's not like they were trying to shut out rock music entirely. They just said, we want to make sure parents know not to buy this for their kids. Fair enough. So, but, the news media wants to would look down YouTube because YouTube news media, of course, connected to the regular media, the networks and stuff, and they don't like competition, whether it's from blogging or internet celebrity TV shows, review shows like Nostalgia Critic, or web series like, I've really got to find more web series. Like, I wanted to check out some of the sci-fi shows that I was seeing on Blips. A couple of them look pretty good, and I want to see them. I never got the chance to, and now I have no idea where to even find them. So, and because I seem to be more just running into review shows and comic shows and comic review shows, and I'm not really watching as many, regular straight up storytelling shows. This is what I would like to do. The best I've been able to do is old episodes of He-Man and Bravestar that whoever owns the license to those now are officially broadcasting on their official channels. And I'm subscribed to them. You can go to the rest of the people I'm subscribing to. He-Man Official, Bravestar Official, She-Ra Official. So you can see those shows if you want to. But I guess as far as the whole Logan Paul incident, I think they're saying that that's actually a different punishment involved. Those are affecting YouTube Premium. The guys who are popular enough that they get their own little plaques. One video that I saw was actually blaming two other kinds of videos that have been showing up lately. One is channels that are uploading other YouTubers' channels to their page in hopes of getting caught in the search engine. Not so much getting the money as getting the bragging rights. That's it. But I've seen it done to Nostalgia Critic. I've seen it done to Top the Fourth Wall, which now that Lynn Carr is actually uploading shows on his site because he keeps getting these other challengers keep getting shot down. But and it's really been hurting his History of Power Rangers, which I've seen on some other on one of those aforementioned not the original creator upload channels. And so I'd like to know how they kept History of Power Rangers out when he keeps getting copyright warnings. But yeah, that kind of sucks. Support Lynn Carr's channel and his attempts to bring History of Power Rangers in. You don't go to the false uploaders because they're just jerks. I'm sorry, but they are. You should be lucky my stuff is not good enough to be uploaded by anybody else. At the same time, that's kind of sad because it means I'm not that good. But I'm getting there. And it also, and the other thing that's been blamed is, and I've seen this if you've ever seen the YouTuber Saberspark, he does anime commentary videos, and I enjoy the show. He's worth checking out. But he did a video about this, and this is the only one, because I've never seen them, but that's the only way I've heard about them. There was this weird trend where someone was doing rather creepy videos featuring Spider-Man and Elsa from Frozen, which I don't know how you bring those two together other than you buying Marvel. I don't know how that brings together other than they were both really popular at the time, so somebody figured just do really just the most worthless thing possible and just put their name in there and be popular. Some people will do the weirdest things just to be popular. And then there was another set of videos featuring minions, and they were very gross and weird, and some kind of fetish about getting a hypodermic needle in the butt. And these were like just garbage to begin with. And I guess because these are popular with kids were coming on this, and they were seeing all it, and they were and it's assumed that they were purposely targeting kids. But if you're going to target kids, why would you want to take and build them this gross garbage just to get the likes on it? You're purposely trying to just disturb kids, and that makes you a horrible person. It makes you a scumbag, in my opinion. So, I mean, if you want to do mediocre minion videos, that's between you and DreamWorks. But to then do it with something that's going to just be disturbing to kids, like, you must hate kids. It's like, and I know there are people who literally hate kids that much that they will corrupt kids' media for their own benefit. Some people do because they want to make it more adult because they feel better about liking it or some junk, you know? But this is not that, and that's just terrible. You know, people just really hate kids that much. And you know, if you want to do that kind of thing, there are other hosts you can go to for that. Don't do that on YouTube, or probably not even Daily Motion, but most everybody goes to YouTube, and YouTube has a YouTube Kids show, I bet you, or a kids app. And I don't know how that works or how you get something on that app. But if these videos were on that app, then you just corrupted it. Sorry, I get upset about that. But no, so I'll just stop here before I get into rage mode. Just disappointing. Sometimes the human race disappoints me. The way it treats kids. But that's a whole other discussion. But those are the two things that have, according to this video I saw, kind of gets the most question for us. Like, this may be the reason it's happening, and you know, maybe it is, but it's still, even if those two things are the reason, the creepy kid videos and the false uploaders, you're still hurting everybody else. I mean, that can't be. There has to be enough people, the majority of small creators who haven't made it big yet, if we ever will. There has to be a way to not hurt us. Sorry, I think I'm going to hang nail or something here. There has to be a way to get at them without hurting us. And I still don't think it's fair to us. But if I'm still going to have the promotional tools, if I am still going to be able to, say, hey, do you like this video? Here's another video you can watch. If I'm still going to be able to say, if you like this, here's an article that I wrote that I'm referencing in this video for the benefit of my readers. So you can go read this article when you're done watching the video, and then you'll understand the gag or routine or whatever, and the commentary that I did there. And that's what I was worried about losing, because those things help promote my website where I do a lot of my work, the articles and the comics. In fact, after supper, I got to do this week's Jake and Leon, and that's where I do a lot of my work there. And then you go link to other stuff like the Patreon, like the works of people who I'm talking about. A link to our video, like I could have put a link to Saberspark's channel video that I was talking about. And maybe I will at some point. Not tonight because I got too much to do. But just look up Saberspark. I believe it's ER or it's either ER Spark or RE Spark Saber. I'll throw a link in the description later, maybe. But that's kind of that's where we stand now. If I still have the features that I feel comfortable with, and if I can find out if I'm going to have to fight a copyright strike for a fair use review, reviews are fair use. Parody to a point is fair use. And that's kind of what I strive for, is fair use. And then if I can still fight and say, no, this is a review, it's under fair use guidelines, or this is something original, or I got this from a public domain site, I know the creator made it, and then we move from there. Then I'll be fine. I can still put stuff on that. But the reviews that I'm going to do, the panel should be easy because I can easily go ahead and fight that. Go ahead and put those up. There shouldn't be anything in there to worry about. I'm still worried about the future. I'm still worried about what features, of what other punishments are going to hurt all of us. I'm still worried about if I can ever reach that goal. If I do reach that goal, do I then have to reapply? Then what happens if I reapply? There's just still a lot of questions. So I'm still going to go into this, still going to edge into this year. I still would like to do a video a month. I still have 2 panels from UNECON 2016, an old Brass City Comic Convention panel that I found, a video that I did with some other people, probably the only time I've ever done a video with other people. When I edit that, I want to make it look cool. And then after that, I'd like to do a few reviews when I can before the summer, because once I get the air conditioning going, it's kind of difficult to record in here. And that's what some of the other projects I had in mind would counter, because they'd be recorded elsewhere, and then I could just edit here or something. But I just kind of not really sure what I could do. I'm tired for some reason. But outside of, I still got some cavities to deal with, so I'll be going to the dentist for the next few weeks and getting that taken care of. I got the big comic sorting project done. I got some other clutter projects that I've got done, and that's all taken care of. So, only some more projects that I want to work on, and it does include the panels, that does include some other video stuff. Where we go from here depends on what I actually see that I can and can't do once February 20th rolls around, and what happens after that. Because, like I said, the monetization, I wasn't making any money anyway, and if I'm not losing that money, if I lose that money, then I'm going to be upset. If I don't lose that money, and one of the things said that they might still pay out the money that I did make, I haven't hit the threshold, then that would be okay too, because I could use that money right now. But I would rather earn the threshold, because that means that I earned it. I played by the rules. I earned the money. People are interested enough in me that I can make something out of this. You know, even if it's just going back to the tools. But I would like to be able to upgrade my equipment and all this other stuff. You know, get a better computer, better camera, better microphone. My shotgun mic died, and I haven't been able to send it back. Just because I've had so many distractions lately. One distraction after another. There's a lot of things I would like to do. And I need money, and I need a job or something. You know, something legal and moral, because that's just how I roll. And so I'm still on a wait-and-see approach, but I'm a little more comfortable now knowing that I'm not losing the promotional tools that would allow me to get more popular, or at least would allow me to promote other stuff, all the stuff that I'm talking about, which these are the things I really didn't want to lose. I'd still like to know if I can fight a copyright strike on a review. Other than that, you know, I still don't think it's fair, but I can work with it. And if I can work with it, I can still make something happen. Depends what future holds and what God has planned for me. So that's that. So there's that. So if I'm not losing the other tools, then I'm okay. But I still want to create stuff. I still have all this stuff planned I'd like to go through, and all the stuff I'd like to do. So we'll see what goes on with all that. We're just gonna play it by ear, play it day by day, and see what happens after the fact. So hopefully Saturday you'll have another installment of VW paneling, and we'll see what goes on after that. The other 2 episodes that I've got planned, and the video from Connecticut in 2015, I didn't get to edit because I ended up being busy. Then I ended up in the hospital. Then I ended up recovering. Then I ended up being busy again. It's a vicious cycle. But once I get those videos done, then we'll see what's going on with reviews and the other projects I was considering doing. Will it be an article? Will still be a video? I don't know. I keep you guys up to date. And until then, you can check out bwspotlight.com and see all the stuff that I'm writing and talking about. Updates might be up there before they're up here in the vlog. Yeah, but that's it for now. And I'm going to go have supper and get this week's Jake and Leanne comic strip done so I can go up Sunday at bwspotlight.com. And we'll see you around.